ask you both a question?
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear like some of your notable failures that you might want to share.
Okay. You go, Creston, because I got to think about what I can share.
I hate to say it, I'm drawing a blank. I'm trying to.
I mean, it's not like we want to keep those things in our memories.
This is not a programming one. This is not a programming one, but this is just oversight, me being human. This was for a previous app I had, and I was in the AWS console, and they had this little click interface, and it's very easy to select more than one instance. And I was thinking, okay, I want to delete it. And this happened to 3 years ago, so maybe they changed the interface and it's less probable that this happens. I said, all right, I want to delete this instance. And yes, it says confirm or whatever. But I had actually had 2 instances selected. One of those instances was the database I didn't want to delete. So it actually poof the database. So thankful, and this wasn't a client, this was actually me. So this was my app. So then I'm like, oh boy. So thankfully, I do Postgres consulting. So I was able to spin it up and get it back up pretty quickly. But I'm much more careful of my clicks in AWS's interface now. I'll just say it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a pretty bad one early on in my Ruby career. So this was 2009-ish when I just Creston is testing disaster recovery, doing it live. Funny, Andrew. But 2009-ish, so I just started in Ruby, right? But I wasn't a junior programmer. I started programming in 97, so I'm mid-level programming. I should have known better, but one of the reasons this happened is that there weren't enough guardrails in place. So not my fault, right? No, it's my fault. I should have known better. But I actually ended up disconnecting or deleting some of the database callbacks in a code set because I thought, these don't look important. Delete. Send it to production. And then, because there weren't proper, the database wasn't set up properly and it didn't have protections on it, I ended up with a shotgun blast of gross data that I then had to go back and write a bunch of SQL queries to fix because there were missing fields and all kinds of stuff, like UUIDs that didn't get set, and it was a mess. And it took me weeks to unscrew it, and it was not a pleasant environment for a couple of weeks. But it's and then Colin suspended the production database temporarily at your first job. That's always fun. Yeah. When the database gets connected and all your clients go, why am I getting a bunch of 500 errors here? That's not cool. But yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. I don't have any stories like that yet, but I feel like
you will.
Yeah, I feel like it's the more experienced.
I haven't reached your level of failure yet, but
Well, I also say that the more you fail, the smarter you are. So there's that too.
Oh yes, you can believe I will never blindly delete database callbacks anymore. That's about the point when I really got into testing being important. Because if I'd had good tests there and I deleted those database callbacks, all my tests would have said, "Are you stupid?" before I went to production. So, yeah.
If you like this clip and want to watch another one, you can click right here. Or if you want to watch the full video, you can click here.